Okay. Looks like we rolling. All right, let me get this link. Get situated. We're gonna get it going. All right, what was I about to do? I was about to do something. Okay. Oh, I need to push this out. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's see. All right, we got one. And we got two. Okay, so that's out there. Okay. Got that one out. All right. Okay, we good. We're good. Yes, sir. All right, got one more. Then I'm gonna shoot over to the chat. See who's on here. Oh, I also need to set this timer before I forget. Yep. I'm good. I'm good. Tyler, what it do? What's happening, Walker? What's up, Rich? Jay Carly in the building. Up, I'm right on time for the timer. Let's set it. Bada bing, bada boom. Right there, boom. Okay, we good. All right, so what's happening, y'all? Bringing it back to 2 o'clock live. 2 o'clock live. You know, I noticed something today about me. I don't know if it's just me though. I think it might be more than just me. But nowadays, right, when somebody messages you and you're communicating with them through Messenger, you know, Messenger or text message or whatever. You're having a conversation on the text. And they'll be like, yo, I need to talk to you about something. Talk. See, what's funny to me is that some people are like, I don't know, I can't say it's old school because I'm old school and I don't like to do it. But some people are just stuck like in a time warp or something where they feel like they have to talk to you on the phone. When communication today is specifically to not have to talk on the phone. Like, I actually don't want to talk on the phone. I'd rather not. And I'm like, is it just me? I don't want to talk on the phone unless I absolutely have to. If you can tell me what you want to tell me now, just type it. Why we got to talk? Why? So we'll set the live stream off like that. That's my bullshit for today. We'll start it off like that. Yeah, see, I know it ain't just me. Ryan, what's good? Matthew, what up? Gorilla, what up? Yeah, Matthew said, spit it out already. Right. You have me now. I don't want to. Why I gotta wait until you call me later? Tell me what it is. Oh, I need to talk to you about something. I need to tell you something. If you don't tell me now, don't call me. How about that? Don't call me unless you tell me now first what it is. Because I may not want to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe it's just me. Yeah. Look what Rich said. He said they like to leave you with the cliffhanger. Yes. Like, why? Why? I'm like, come on, man. You kidding me? I paid all this money and I paid this damn cell phone bill to not use all of this text and all of this other shit. I'm using all of that. I don't want to. Don't call me. Yeah, like, tell me right now. You just brought it up. Why we gotta talk later about it? Oh, I need to call you later. Come on, yo. That matter of fact, the worst is when you on the phone with somebody. You're on the phone talking. Oh, yo, I just remember I need to talk to you about something. I'm gonna talk to you later about it though. What? No, you're not. If you don't spit that shit out now, we not talking later. I'm not picking up the phone. How about that? I ain't picking it up. I'm not picking it up. Oh, man. That's funny, though. Like, people are hilarious for that. People are funny for that shit. Shiny, like, he know I'm going in on somebody. I'm going in on, like, a few people. Because people like to do that shit. I don't know why. I don't know why Come on now. I'm like, in this day and age, like for real. For real, for real. Like we can communicate on mad different platforms. Text, Facebook, Instagram, or wherever you at, I find you or you find me. Message me. I don't want to talk to you. I don't be talking to my mother. Why do I want to talk to you? Should have I had my coffee yet? No. This is my first sip. Oh my goodness. Yep, but these are the shenanigans that people do. Shenanigans, man. It's malarkey. Like, come on, man. I don't want to talk. There was a time where we had to talk on the phone. We don't got to talk on the phone now. Take advantage, shit. Malarkey. That ocean where you were at looked crazy rough. Yeah. That was there was one day that the waves was looking like that, and then there was another day it was a storm. It was crazy. Like the rain and the wind was blowing everything, like all the umbrellas and stuff that was outside, like in front of the in the back of where the resort areas were. Umbrellas was getting blown into the ocean, all type of stuff. Like it was a storm. Not that day, but the following day. That day was just mad windy in the morning. But them waves was looking crazy, and there was a man out there canoeing. I'm like, you crazy. You're nuts. He was the only one out there too. The only one out there. And then a little later that afternoon, you saw some people going out there to try to surf. And that's why I was making a joke about surfing. Cause I'm like, yo, y'all are bold, for real. Out here surfing in this water. Y'all are wilding. I'm like, I ain't surfing in the wave pool. You out here in the real ocean. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. There is no fight in that water. You're gonna just go wherever the wave is taking you. You be seeing people try to swim like against where the waves are or trying to cut through the waves. That shit is mad work. You be exhausted, man. Working out, you be working out muscles you ain't know you had in your body. I'm like, nah, I ain't playing with none of that. I be in the pool. I be in the pool. I be that uncle that go to the beach and don't go in the water. Just be on the beach. Yep. Yeah, it's different. It's definitely different. It's definitely anytime you dealing with ocean waves, that's really not a beach. Because if you on an island, that's ocean waves. The beach is usually the coast of a mainland. An island is surrounded by water. It's water on the outskirt of the whole island. So you got water on every side of the island. That ain't a beach. You know what I'm saying? That's not the beach, man. That's different. Them waves is not to be played with. Wherever the wind decide to go, that's where the water's going. And that water be looking crazy. It be breaking. And sometimes when you look out, if you're standing, let's say you're standing on the sand and looking out, you can see the height of the waves from standing there. When the waves is mad high, I'm like, no, I am not messing with none of that. Y'all look crazy. Y'all are wilding. Y'all are wilding. I learned that early too when I was a kid. I think I had told you that story about when I was at Virginia Beach, and I was on one of them floaty things, whatever they call. You know, the big blow up yellow. It wasn't a tube. It was like a raft. It was bigger than a tube. I'm out there floating on the tube, put my head back, leaning back like I'm on some. I'm like, you know how people be acting when they in the pool. I'm doing that, but I'm in the ocean, leaning back. Then when I look up, it couldn't have been no more than like a minute went by. Literally, a minute went by. I look up, and the buildings on the land is like this big to me. That's how far out I am. There is this big. I'm looking. I'm like, oh, I panic. My silly ass jumps out of the raft. Who, like, why would you do that? But this is just, you know, when you panic and don't know what to do, you do something stupid most of the time. I jump out the raft, go straight down. My feet ain't touching nothing. Like, I guess in my mind, in the back of my head, I'm thinking, all right, let me get out of this so I can hurry up and get back to, you know, back to the sand. Yo, I went straight down, submerged into the water. And when I came back up, I was like, oh, snap. I'm like, yo, there's no bottom underneath me. There's nothing. And I'm just out here. I'm like, oh, shit. So then I look, and as I'm looking, and mind you, this is seconds. It's not even like it was five, you know, like not even a minute. This is like 5-6 seconds. I went under. When I popped my head back up, I'm doggy paddling. I'm looking around. And as I'm seeing the raft, I'm like, I know that that's not my raft. That shit was mad far. Like, within seconds, the raft was like 50 feet away from me. Like that. Like, no time at all. And I was like, yo, about to die. I'm like, I'm just out here. I'm doggy paddling. I'm looking. I'm like, damn, like, what am I supposed to do? So I start trying to like swim, and I'm making my way. And there's a lady that saw me. She must have saw everything that happened. And she was pregnant. I'll never forget this lady. So she's kind of standing out where, you know, you can still stand up and the water's coming up to you like waist deep. So she's there and she's looking, and I see her pointing. So she's pointing at me and she's telling somebody like, yo, he needs, you know, she's probably like, yo, he about to drown. Can somebody go help him? So I'm doggy paddling, and I'm trying to swim. And it's like, the more I try to swim, I feel like I'm not going anywhere. And to me, I'm like, I'm swimming. I'm like, why am I swimming and I'm not moving nowhere? Yo, there was a little kid. He was younger than me. I saw him. This dude jumped into the water. He was running. He did some, what was the name of that show? You know the show where they're like lifeguards on the beach? Whatever the name of that show is. With David Hasselhoff, whatever that show is. You know how they be running on the sand and they jump into the water? He did one of them moves. Jumped into the water and swam to me. Right? Yeah, Baywatch. Yo, this dude did some Baywatch shit. Little kid though, mind you. But I was young too. I had to be like, at that time I was like maybe 13. But this kid was like 10. He jumps in the water and comes out there with me. And I'm like, damn, he can swim. I can't swim for shit. I need to take my ass in the pool. So he comes out, he grabs me, and I'm like, damn, yo. Like, so I felt confident when he jumped in the water. So now I'm swimming and I'm actually calmer now because I'm like, all right, well, worst case scenario, at least I got help. So then I start swimming, I'm swimming towards him. And then he comes out, he's like, man, you all right? I'm like, I will be when I get back on the sand. I'll be all right. So then I swim back. So then we get back to where now is ground again. And I feel the ground and I'm like, yo, what a relief. I'm like, I will never be in the ocean again, ever. And then later that day, they had a phone number on the, it was like for like lost and found. So, and I forgot why, but my sister or my mom had called the number just to see if the raft showed up. Sure enough, they found the raft. The raft was, yo, like from where we was at, the raft ended up being 2 miles down on the beach. Quick, like not even, it couldn't have been like 15 minutes. That shit was all the way down on the other side of the beach. It went so far down, it went to the side or the part of the beach where the waves were bringing in like whatever's in the water. Like it hit that part. So it kind of did like a circle. And that's when I realized, I'm like, yo, this ocean is no joke. Like you can't play around with this if you don't know how to swim. You don't know how to swim, you're going to mess around and you're going to have problems out here. Like, so you need to learn how to swim. Not pool swim. You need to learn how to swim in the real water. The pool ain't the real water. It's not waves. When you in that ocean, you feel the waves. Them shit's like it's pushing you. That shit was crazy. But anyway. Yeah, it probably was. It probably was a riptide or something. Because all I knew was that where I was, I felt the strength of the water. You know, you ever feel like trying to compare it to something that you might be familiar with? Think of like somebody that's mad stronger than you. You standing up and they pushing you, but they're not like shoving you. They're like pushing, and it's like you can't resist it. They're pushing you and they're moving you. That's what it felt like. It felt like there was no, you couldn't go against that force. Now, mind you, you're feeling this in multiple directions. So 1 minute I'm feeling it come this way, then it's pushing me forward. So it's like it's doing this. It's doing this shit. And you feeling it in both directions. So you like, damn, I don't know what to do. I don't know to go this way or to try to go, you know what I'm saying? So you trying to figure all of that out. Mind you, this is seconds. Like it was no time. By the time I jumped in that water and I felt nothing under my feet, I was like, yo. I was like, this might be the big one. I was like, Elizabeth, I'm coming to join you. You talking about shook? I was scared to death, man. I'm surprised I didn't literally get scared to death. Because that was scary. That was just scary. That whole experience. But anyway. Anyhow. Yeah, I was Fred Sanford in the water. Oh, man. Yep, that was an experience. My goodness. What's happening, Chip? What's up, Jerome? What? Oh, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Damn, man. See, and like when I think of that type of stuff, I'm like, yo, that could have been me. It was like, it literally felt like, you know, time slowed down crazy. It was like, it seemed like it was taking forever, but it was like a minute. But that shit felt like it was like an hour. It felt like I was out there for an hour. But this was seconds. It literally was seconds. I was like, yo, that's crazy. Yeah, that's something else right there, man. To actually see, you know, that happen to somebody. That is crazy. And how old were you at that time? Like, you were grown or you were kids? Damn, 2 miles away. 15. That's traumatic. Mm. Yeah, definitely sorry to hear that, man. That shit is crazy. Yep, that ocean shit is no joke. He said, ever done a skydive or would I? No, neither one. No siree. Yeah, I would imagine so. He said there was a group of them still to this day. Some won't go into the water. Shit, I ain't mad at him either. I don't mess with the water, and I'm 41 now. That happened when I was about 13. So that's like almost 30 years. I ain't messing with that. Like I'm not messing with no body of water really like that. Like for real. Barely do the pool. Yep. But what is very interesting is that for me after that experience, that's when I actually learned how to swim in the pool. Like I taught myself how to swim in the pool because I just was like, yo, it's like I felt like I should have known how to swim when I was out there, and I knew. I guess inadvertently, I kind of adjusted to the fact that, well, if you don't swim, you're gonna drown. It's like this was what I was thinking in my head. I'm like, well, you have to swim. What do you mean you don't know how to swim? You got to swim. You got to swim. And it was like that's all I was thinking about in that moment. So you go from not really knowing how to swim to figuring shit out to not drown. And that was me in the water right there at that moment. It was like, yo, you better do something. Cause you out here by yourself. Ain't nobody out here with you right now. And if that lady didn't see me and that kid didn't jump in the water, I probably wouldn't have even gotten the confidence that I did get. You know what I'm saying? Because it gets scarier and scarier as you out there. You just out there, you like, oh shit. Then you feeling the power of the ocean. That shit is moving you like this. Your whole body. Uh-uh. Nope. It's crazy, man. Yeah. Rich said once you fear the ocean, that never leaves you. Nope. Nope. And for me, it's fear and respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not scared where it's like I'm not gonna go in the water at all if I didn't have to. But I respect that ocean for real. Like I always be, and I tell people, I'm like, look, you better not go that far. Like don't start going where you start feeling the waves. Don't go that far unless you really know how to swim. For real, that shit is crazy. Jerome said there was a guy recently proposed to his wife in deep water, and they were at a resort where there's a window in the bedroom so she could see him. And he pulled the ring out and put a letter on the glass, pouring his love. He drowned and didn't make it to hear her say yes. What? Yeah, that is insane. I'm like, he didn't have a tank? He must have not had like an oxygen tank or nothing on him. I'm like, bro, I know you may not like how it looked, but you better be down there with some apparatus. Nah, man. That's crazy. J. Carter says she swim but never put the head or face in the water, even in the shower. I wash my face so freaking fast. Word. Matthew said, I only swim out of necessity. I can swim like a fish, but that messed it up. Used to surf, boogie board, body surf, all that. Wow. Yeah, it sounded like you had a natural inclination in the water, Matthew. And that shit it definitely just traumatized you. Rich said, we literally a drop in the ocean, size-wise. Yep. Yep. Like if a plane or a helicopter or something was flying over the ocean and you're in it, and you could be doing all type of shit. You could be doing this and splashing and all of that. They don't see you. They don't see you at all. You literally are like a dot. And that's crazy. Yep, that shit is crazy. Said the ocean and the market are damn near the same. The market is filled with riptides and tidal waves. We only swim in the still water. Come on now, preach. Preach. He hit that on the head. Matter of fact, we ain't even swimming. We just standing in the water when it's still. We standing in the bathtub. You wait for the ocean water to turn into a tub and just stand up in it. For real. Yeah. Post that link, Javon. I'm curious. I do want to see that because I kind of want to know more details, like about what he was doing. That's crazy. You know, that's something he voluntarily did. You know what I mean? It's not like he fell in the water or something like that, or like that's crazy. Walker said, I heard about that. Just get on a damn knee. Hey, shit. Stacy said, I just stay out of the water, period. Willa said, I leave the water for the fishes. Wow. Rich does kite surfing. I wonder if is kite surfing when there's a boat in front of you and you have like the little handlebar thing and it's like you want to ski and there's a kite up in the air behind you. Is that what that is? Or am I talking about something different? Because if you're talking about what I'm talking about, oh, it's a kite. You on a board with a kite. So how are you on the board? How are you? Right. I'm trying to figure this out in my head. I'm like, wait, how are you on the board? How do you stay on the board? Oh, the kite. Yo, you bold, man. What? And you strapped to the water skis? And your foot is in the strap. Oh, you gangster for that shit. That's gangster right there. Damn. Okay, so your whole body, like your body's in a harness. He said it's mad fun. Yes, well, so was Connect 4. Shit. I think I would stick to Connect 4 right now. Wow, that's kind of ill right there. That is kind of ill. So you being guided the whole time by the kite. So what? So at what point does it stop? Like how do you like when you say I'm finished, I'm done? How do you stop it? Yeah, exactly. Right. That's what I'm thinking. Because I'm like, if the wind, like, you know what the wind do to a kite. A wind is taking that kite. He said, yo, you are, yo, he's a straight G for this, for real. He said, guide yourself back to shore and land the kite. What? Yo, all right. No wonder Rich adapted to the market so fast. This is the type of shit he like to do. He said, guide yourself back to shore. Like, yo, you on your own. You got to figure that. You got to guide yourself back. That's crazy. And I don't doubt, I don't doubt that somebody could, like figure out how to do it. But I don't know, man. Word, I'm sticking to Connect Four and Scrabble and Jenga. Shit. Yeah, that's kind of ill though, Rich. That's ill right there. Now, what I will do, I will jet ski. I'll do that. I'll do the jet ski. But that's really like the closest I'm really getting to doing anything in the water. I will do the jet ski. Matthew says surfing period is fun. It's a workout, so I can imagine that's even more of a workout. Hell yeah. Hell, and that's the type of workout you don't feel it until later. Like while you doing it, you good. Later, your ass be stuck in the bed like can't can't turn over. Like, oh man, like my knuckle hurts. My knuckle is sore. My elbow was sore. My funny bone is sore. My calf, my ankle bone is hurting. And forget about chest, back, arms, and all of that. That's sore as you don't ripped every muscle messing with that workout. You be like, I didn't know I had a muscle in my knee. Matthew said, first time in the canoe, had my whole body jacked up. I was young and in excellent shape then, and was still toe up, right? Rich said, you'll need to visit a chiropractor or get a massage. After doing kite surfing? Shit. Listen. He said he was toe up for a week. Can you imagine doing that now? Like at the age we at now? Nah, man. I be toe up trying to lift my daughter up. She be talking about lift me up. And then I try it and shit just start hurting instantly. So I put her down. This market is moving around way too much also. I'm keeping an eye on things. Yeah, that's a lot though, man. That's crazy. That is crazy. What's funny is how we start talking about this. I have no idea how we started talking about any of this shit. Like the conversation just goes. It just be going different places. I thought when we first started talking, we was talking about texting, right? The water. What did we say about the water? What happened? I can't remember. Yeah, but how did we get there? How did I start talking about that? Does anybody remember? What prompted me to start talking about that experience? Okay, thank you, thank you. All right, now I feel better. Cause I'm like, how the hell we start talking about this? All right, now I remember. Yes. Thank you, Rich. Goodness gracious. Walker's funny. He said you almost died story. He said I was about to make up some pure BS until Rich ruined it. That's funny. Hilarious. Yeah, this market doing a lot right now. What the hell happened? 245. It's moving like something just happened. Like some shit just happened. 245. I wonder if that's like some FOMC type of stuff going on. Oh, Trump is bumping his gums? Okay. That explains it. Jay Carter said, I'm interested to know how many almost die stories everyone else has. I'm pretty sure there's quite a few. I'm pretty sure. If you keep living, you're going to have a few of those experiences. Yep. Oh, he at the UN too? Okay, yeah. Anytime he speaks somewhere where they don't like him, the market don't like or does like whatever goes on, transpires. I think he's talking about the stuff about Iran. I'm pretty sure he is. Um, so anyhow, earlier today, I had put out that the little update video talking about the videos that I lost. That shit was crazy, man. I had made 17 videos since, and it's been going on since, I want to say late July, early August. Probably like early August, around that time. I was recording when I started to take the Project 21 trades. And I did like multiple things during that time. So I one of the things that was not getting me upset, but just was like, I think I'm doing it too fast. I don't want this to go that fast, like again, because that's usually how all of the challenges and the projects that I do end up being, because I can't help it most of the time. So I was like, damn, I literally got to stop. And that's what I did. Like I stopped multiple times throughout the recording of those videos. So there was time like in between. Like the first one was like August something. The very last one I did was early September. And there was a gap of time in between the trade because I had purposely stopped trading just to slow it down. But when I thought about it, I was like, well, it must have been a reason that I lost some videos. It was so I could start over, because when I do it this time around, now I can literally stop. Like, what I'm gonna do this time is I'm actually gonna only do one trade a week, and I'm gonna push it out so that it extends over a 21-week period, because that's what I always keep talking about, is more um it's closer to what someone can and will actually do versus what I do. I be doing shit, and the next thing you know, like, the check, it's over. I do 21 trades in 21 days, shit like that. So I didn't want to do that again, because I've done that already. So I was like, I need to really just slow it down so that everyone can see it from the perspective that I try to show it through. And that's what I was saying. If like, so in other words, what does it look like? What does it look like if you're only averaging a trade each week? And so I was like, all right, well, now's my opportunity to actually be able to do that. So that's what I'm going to do now with the videos. And now also what I'm going to do is I'm going to release them as I do them. So like, when I take a trade, I'll just put the video out instead of holding on to it. Because that's what I usually do. I'll hold on to all of the videos, and then I release the whole series at one time so that it can be released every day and there's content. That's just how I do things anyway. So yeah. So I was wondering where the nugget videos went. And my goal for the nugget videos was 50 videos. So when I did 50, the last one was the 50th one. So I was like, all right, let me. And then what I was gonna do, I was gonna take the Project 21 trades, and I was gonna start releasing the videos. And then came to find out the first 11 videos was gone. I was like, what the hell? Like, what happened to the videos? Shit is crazy. They just disappeared. Yep, but everything happens for a reason. So that's how I look at that. I'm like, all right, well, what I'll do now is I'll just slow it down and then document the slowdown. So if I slow it down to one a week, then that looks like more of what someone is actually going to be able to do. Because people have different circumstances, time, all of the stuff that everybody talks about that they have issues with, that would cause them to not be able to be on the charts every day, or whatever the case may be, or to be on the chart for a longer period of time each day. The contract size for the one I'm doing is 54, I think. 54 contracts. Yes, see, Tyler's on it. Yep. Exactly right. Rich said the pound news. British pound upper Supreme Court rules that the government unlawfully shut down Parliament. Oh, okay. So that's in that's like, yeah. So that's pound related news. Aha. That's in the UK right there. So no wonder the market looked like it shot up. The pound dollar a minute ago. Whew. Matthew said going from 50 to 100 is fast. J. Carter says, tell me why the NADEX ad on Facebook says go long, go short, go fast with NADEX, the highly regulated short-term trading platform built for the adrenaline junkie in you. Wow. You know that's very interesting that you brought that up, because I notice those ads all the time. Um, right. Right. Tyler says, saw that ad as well. Short-term binaries have a stigma of risk and fast pace. And you know what I believe that they do? Their marketing is actually very smart, because what they're doing is they're trying to attract people from Forex to using the NADEX platform for Forex. You see what I'm saying? They're like, yo, y'all keep messing with these brokers, and you're limited to trading just Forex contracts. You come over here, you can trade binaries, you can do the same stuff you do in Forex, but you can get paid faster, you got limited risk. Like when they show the actual benefits of it, the benefits on NADEX far outweigh traditional Forex. Like it's not even close. What they do is they are catering to the pre-existing mindset that people already have in the Forex world. People in Forex already think like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's a smart move. They're like, all right, well, they're going to do this shit anyway, so let's get them to do it over here. Yep. Smart move. Very smart move. And, you know, now that'll create awareness for the NADEX platform, because now who's attracted to that type of advertisement? You know who? People that are trading Forex. See, there we go. Look at what Matthew just said. He said, I appreciate NADEX bringing us the money. There we go. That's what I wanted to say. Right. Rich said, ad creating our unknowing opponents. Exactly. It's awesome. I'm like, you realize that they making it easy for us. Shit. Mm-hmm. Yep. So the only thing really that TA is doing is trying to intercept the small percentage of people that don't get caught up in that. And it's a very small percentage that eventually figure out that doing it that way is just not going to work. They're going to get tired of losing. They're going to get tired of losing. He said they could use a bump in revenue from the past month. Yep. Yep. Rich said just enough for us to eat. Exactly. Let me see. GRS says something. What did he say? He said, don't get faked out. This is probably the last dip before the huge run. GRS, what you talking about? You talking about the pound? J. Carter said, just tickled me a bit. Yeah, it's interesting. It is interesting. You know, it's like for people that don't know any better, it definitely it caters right to them. Caters right to them. Are you honking at me? You can't be serious. What do you want? Yo, people be acting crazy. He can't possibly be honking his horn at me. The beefless burger. You talking about the one at Burger King? It's like a veggie burger, and it's supposed to taste just like the Whopper. Always, my man, always. He said I'm still having um too close for comfort car issues all the time. Oh, it's soy. Okay. Somebody told you not to waste your time. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. He picking somebody up. Cause I'm like who does that? Like, why would you pull behind me and then start honking? Like, get out of here, yo. Like, I'ma move. I'm not even in your way. But fortunately for him, that wasn't the case. Cause he would have got straight barked on. Like, what are you honking at me for? Like, I'ma move. Anyway, Gorilla said I want tacos now. That made you start thinking about tacos, huh? I know, right? She said, I can't imagine a live without a car parking issue. At some point, you know it's coming. That's funny. Taco Tuesday, huh? Yeah, taco actually don't sound like a bad idea. Either taco or nachos. I like nachos. Man, I make good nachos too. I think I might have to do that one day this week now. See, now you making me cook now. I'm gonna put you on to the ill arrangement for nachos, right? So what you do is you get Tostitos, but you get the Tostitos, the dip ones, whatever they call. I forgot what they call, but it's like, a matter of fact, I think they call scoops. You get Tostitos scoops in a bag, and when you put your scoops on the plate, you put it down, and you put a layer of the cheese on the top, right? And when you make your nacho meat, it should be hot. You take your hot nacho meat and put it over that with the cheese, right? That's gonna melt your cheese. And the cheese, you put enough on there so that it covers all of the scoops. So when it melts together, all of the scoops are connected, like they're not sliding on the plate. So then you take your other ingredients, your tomatoes, you know, if you got jalapeno peppers or whatever you want to put on there, whatever you got that's chopped up, then you put that on the top. And then if you want to, you can put another layer of cheese on top of that. And then put another small layer of meat back on the top of that. And them joints taste crazy. Them joints taste crazy. Yeah, oh my, what? Yo, my nacho game is crazy. My nacho game is retarded. Like, when I make that, it's gone. I make a, and mind you, like if I get the big meat, the big pack of meat, the long one, that's like really 2 packs, I can make that whole thing in the pan. And then I got a special recipe for that. Like I got mad special stuff I do to the turkey meat. Nachos be tasting retarded, man. Yeah, definitely. Yep. Tyler said, don't forget to heat the red pepper. No doubt. No doubt. Can't have no cold. Yeah, I told you about that experience, right? With the cold red pepper on my sandwich. Man. He lucky I ain't checked that sandwich before I left. Rich said, that's it, I'm heading to the store. It's time to eat. Oh, man. J. Carr said, you'll be buying the meat in the tube or the meat on the platter thing. I will not buy it in the tube. What's the tube? Meat in the tube? What's that? Gary said, just tuned in today's topic, cooking with Fuller. It's crazy. The little metal things at the end. It looks like a tube. Well, I'm glad I don't even know what that is then. I don't. Meat in a tube? Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, I'm just used to getting it in the regular, like the plastic kind of, it look like a little, it's like a rectangular bowl. When you get ground meat, that's what I'm talking about. The turkey meat comes in that container. Grumpy K, do you trade one specific type of trade? When you say type of trade, what do you mean by that? You mean one market? I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, I see what you're talking about now. Okay. I never seen ground turkey in that though. You know what usually comes in that? Sausage. Park sausage usually comes in that container. And my grandmother used to get that. Yeah, hell yeah, she used to use the tube. If she was getting pork sausage, yep, she would use that. And yeah, right. That's the ground turkey container. Exactly. Exactly. The brand I like is Hillshire Farm, though. That right there looks like Hillshire Farm, but it's a different brand. That one is called Honeysuckle. Yeah, it looked the same though. Yep, it looks the same. He said, "Yeah, Granny loved that stuff. Stay away from it." I don't know, man. My grandmother ate what she wanted, and she lived to be 96. So I can't call that one. I can't call it, man. Yep, she was 96. Grumpy said, "Method or what you look for when entering." Yes, I wait for one specific type of environment in the market, and I don't trade outside of that environment. I'm waiting for a specific condition to be present in the market. Yes. How many opportunities does it give you per week? It depends on what the market is willing to give. And it can vary. It could range from none to 5, 6. If you incorporate the time that you may happen to be on the platform, that will probably determine when an actual opportunity comes. Because if I spend less time on the chart, naturally I'm there less. So if opportunities come when I'm not there, then they were there. I just wasn't there. So it's a combination of a few things. She said they sell all the meat here like that too. Can't do it. It's weird, and I don't feel like it's fresh at all. So you talking about the tube? I don't think I would get the turkey in that tube though, because I'm not used to seeing it like that. And I'm not a big sausage eater either. So if I do get sausage, it's usually turkey sausage patties, and it's patties and it's packed different. It's not in the tube. But to be honest, I don't think nobody know what none of the shit is that we be eating. Like they could say that is whatever. You don't know that. You really don't know what it is. They can slap organic on it and all type of shit. Unless you grew it or you did it, you don't know what it is. So just say your grace and enjoy. Shit, just say your grace. He said times was different back then. What they trying to feed us now ain't healthy. I agree. Yeah, that's true. Adele, what's happening? Grumpy says, so unless environment is right, you do not take a trade. So what do you do to stop yourself from deviating and getting suckered in? Train. I constantly train. In other words, I only listen to trainings that tell me not to do it. That's it. Look at what Matthew said. Train and live life. Like what we doing now. He said train to do what? Train to not do anything unless the market is in the right environment to provide us with a trade. That's what training is. Training is conditioning ourselves to not do shit that's going to lead to losing. That's it. Like, you see how, like, just from what you just said, and I'm going to just read what you said, Grumpy. You said, what do you do to stop yourself from deviating? Now, that's interesting that you said that. Because what you're saying is, yo, how it's easy to deviate. It is easy to deviate. Why you think we train? So you have to do something so that you don't deviate. For us, what we do is we listen to training over and over again. That keeps our mindset focused on only waiting for the market to be in the right environment. If the market is not in the right environment, we do nothing. We keep our money. If you are doing what you just asked about and you're deviating from your process, it means you getting anxiety, you getting thirsty. You know, you feeling like the market owes you a trade, right? And I'm just guessing, like, what could be going on with you. How do you think? What do you be thinking about? What do you be doing? You know, when you feel like you ain't take a trade in 2 days, what do you do? You know what I'm saying? And you got to start looking at yourself and what you be doing, because that's going to tell you a lot about why the results are that you're getting. And I don't know anything about anything. I'm just giving you scenarios. You know, you could share more if you want to. Like, talk about what you do. Talk about what you trade. Like, what do you trade? He said, cry. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Ryan said, even being a vegan, I question stuff. I agree. Yep. I agree with that, Ryan. I agree. Rich said, train to not get suckered in. Yep. You've identified a method that works 100% in training. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the whole point. And what, you know, you're saying a method, but really it's more so a way to only allow the market to give you opportunity. That way you know that you're going to win. You know that you're going to succeed. If you wait for the market to present you with opportunity, you'll win. If you try to fight the market, you will lose. Too many of you are fighting the market to try to get the market to conform to your plan. So what I mean is, like, you got a plan over here. Your plan is, well, I need 2 trades a day. This your plan, right? I'm giving you an example. You want 2 trades a day. Well, what happens when the market doesn't give you the opportunity for that? This girl looks just like Nicole Ari Parker in the face. That's crazy. Look just like her. This is like a young version of her. Yo, Matt, crazy. He said, I'll go vegan when they add chicken to the list. Yeah, that's real. Adele said, I'm a vegan pescatarian-ish. Oh, my goodness. J. Carter said she did it for 19 days, thought she was going to die. Yo, y'all are crazy, man. Insanity. But yeah, Grumpy, so, you know, like people will have a, whatever their plan is, and then they want to impose their plan on the market. You can't do that. You can't impose what you want to happen on the market. The market does whatever the hell it wants to do. You need to know that before you do anything. The market is the king. You're not the king. So that means you can't just go doing what you want to do. You can't just be like, well, this is supposed to work. Why is it supposed to work? When the market does what it feels like doing. It's not supposed to work. It's either working because it is in line with the market, or it's not working because it's not in line with the market. You understand? Your method or your strategy, whatever you're doing, either works because it's in alignment with the market, or it don't work because it ain't. You need to know where it is. Where is your strategy on that scale? Is it in alignment with the market, or is it not in alignment with the market? You see what I'm saying? And remember that the market changes. So the market is changing, then your strategy needs to be adjusting, don't you think? You see? This is why you can't rely on the strategy, because you're trying to use the strategy as a way to curve fit the market that changes. That's impossible. You can't curve fit the market. That's the problem. That's why people that have a strategy end up eventually the strategy just don't work at all no more, because the market completely switched up on you. What's the difference between skill trades and your training method? What skill trades? What are you defining as a skill trade? What do you mean by that? Because you actually, and depending on what you are defining it as. Okay, you saying from what I say in the blueprint videos? All right, now I understand. There's no difference. There is no difference. There is simply this. There are degrees of skill. Your degree of skill is going to determine your confidence in the trade that you're taking at the time. You understand? When you take a trade, the question is, why did you take the trade now? Not why did you take that trade? Do you understand the difference between those two things? If I see you take a trade, I'm looking at how the market looked when you took the trade. I'm not really looking at the trade that you took. I'm more interested in, why did you take your trade or that trade at that time? I want to see how the market looked. That will give me more context and more information about what you're actually doing. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I always redirect to that. Anytime you might hear me say skill trade or, framework, these are all references being made to the training, period. Yeah, but you have to define what looks good means. When you say if the market looks good, then take trades, what are you defining as the market looking good? You have to have a clear definition of what that means. That's where training comes in for us. We know what that means because we know what that means for us. You see what I'm saying? But the definition might be the same for you. I don't know what it is that you do. So anytime people are asking these questions, they're asking questions based on whatever perception that they have of what they think that I'm doing. But you're not going to know what I'm doing unless you are training. Then you'll begin to comprehend, oh, now I understand what he meant. You don't really understand anything from the outside looking at what I'm doing, because I'm giving you actual foundational knowledge. even if you're not training with me. You don't even have to be training with me. I'm still asking you the same question. All right, you have a method? Cool. You got a strategy? Great. Why do you take trades though? Why did you take that trade at that time? Oh, you won the trade? Why did you win the trade? You lost the trade? Why did you lose the trade? These are just generic questions for you. If you can't answer none of the questions I just asked, you're done. You got to be able to answer those questions. If you can't, then whatever you're doing ain't going to work, period. You have to be able to answer those questions. Got to be able to answer them. Adele said the doors of the church are open. Yes, it is. You're asking, Matthew said, you're asking how to bake a cake just from seeing the cake. Instead, you need to see how the ingredients come together to get the cake. Now we talking. Jay Carly said, take the trade, win the trade. Sincerely, Juice Man. Wow. Wow. That cake analogy is hard. That's hard. That's hard. That's hard. He said, you asking how to bake a cake just from seeing the cake. Grumpy, speed and market change direction is hard to identify in narrow strike prices. I understand what you mean, and what you're saying makes sense. It is hard to identify. I want to bring your attention to the words that you use. You use speed. Now, this is what you said. You just said speed. You said speed and market changing direction is hard to identify. If you just take that part, that first part right there, and just start to think about it, you actually will begin to make a little bit more sense in your own head about the second part of what you said. You said it's hard to identify in narrow strike prices. So in other words, you're saying when the strike prices are two pips apart instead of 4 pips apart, right? That's what you make a reference to. And that already gives me more context into what you do. So just from you telling me that, I already kind of know that you trade in volatility, because you're looking for volatility if you want the strike prices to be further apart. So without you even really saying a lot, I already am getting an idea. I'm putting it together just based on what you are saying. Speed can come anytime, if even in a slow environment. Yes, it can. Yes, it can. But the market is not like a light switch. It don't go from speed to stop. Switch. It don't go from speed to stop. Does it? You ever see the market moving fast and then it just stops? Have you ever seen that? Or does it gradually make a progression either to increase speed or decrease speed? Which one do you see most often in the market? You see? So like again, like, did we just talking about regular shit? Like, this is just regular stuff that goes on. But you got to understand the dynamic of the nature of the market. What you're expressing to me, just from what I'm listening to, is that you trying to figure out how to predict where the market is going. And because you're doing that, you don't understand what I do. Because when you look at my videos, you're like, wait, he taking trades when the market is slow. So you associating slow with what I do, right? But then you'll see a trade that I might have taken where the market wasn't necessarily slow. And then you're even more confused now because you're like, well, how did he do that? Right? He said it burst within a single candle so it can go past your strike price. Of course it can. This is why you have to understand the environment of the market that you're in at the time. Just like, all right, what market do you trade? Grumpy. I like what Rich said. He said, we got that KFC recipe. You'll never get it just from tasting the chicken. Grumpy saving you up from the mic drop, I see. Okay, so you trade the pound like I do. All right, cool. So look at the pound right now. Just look at it. What environment is it in right now? In your own words. Tell me the environment of the market right now, the temperature. Matthew said, if you're running into that repeatedly, then you're almost always in a fast environment. Oh, well, that's pretty much the answer to what I just asked. Now, look at what Grumpy just said. He said it's in a slow environment right now. You sure? Are you sure? And if it's in a slow environment right now, when did it slow down? When did it actually slow down? If it is slow right now. That's my next question. That's my next question. And this is good. I can see that we're going to take this somewhere. We're going to take this somewhere. This is good stuff. Right. Exactly. Matthew brought up an interesting point. So Grumpy said the last 4 1-minute candles. Okay. So you're summing up the environment basically within the last 4 minutes of what the market is doing. Based on what you're telling me. Like, so in other words, you looked at the last 4 minutes and you determined that the market is in a slow environment right now. So I just want to compare that to the market ebbing and flowing. Now, if it's been in a slow environment for the last 4 minutes, before that, it must have been in a fast environment, right? So with that being said, you're summing up slow to the last 4 minutes after a previous fast environment. So in other words, you're saying, well, it's slow now. Mind you, we only talking about 4 minutes, right? So now, what if the market does what it's doing, which is letting you know, in your head, you're saying that this is slow. So it's slow relative to, I would assume, whatever you are normally used to seeing, right? So now, because of that, in your head, well, it's slow now. Now's a good time, right? Because in your head, you're saying to yourself, the market is slow now. Now's a good time to trade. But when you actually look at the overall market, is it slow or is it attempting to slow down? Like, you understand what I'm saying? Remember what I said earlier about the light switch? The market doesn't just switch on and off. So to really know if you're in a slow environment, you would need to be in observation probably for a longer period of time than 4 minutes. And I'm just saying based on what you told me. So that's like saying, oh, it was slow 4 minutes ago, but now it's fast again. Is that the case? Or was the market the whole time making a transition from a faster speed to a slower speed, and it's just doing that until ultimately it makes its way into a slow environment? There's a difference between those two things. So this is what I'm saying, like about everything being relative to you. Your perception of fast or slow in your mind is relative to the way that you're seeing it now in the moment. But your observation would have to be longer for you to have more context to whether or not the market ultimately is actually in a faster environment or a slow environment. And that's interesting that you just said that. He said the market is not normally slow for long periods. First of all, what in the market is normally? There's no such thing as normally, because the market does what it wants to do. So that statement alone lets you know that you really are not perceiving the market the way that it actually is. Because there are plenty of times where the market slows down for a long time. You may not be on the chart at the time. I don't know. But listen to that statement that you said. Market is not normally slow for long periods. Is that true? That's definitely not true. That's definitely not true. The market be slowing down for mad long. Normal is movement constantly. When? Like you talking about, you're talking about a market that's open 23 hours a day. Are you looking at the market for 23 hours to know? So I'm giving you context so that you understand you can't box in the market to what you are thinking. J. Carl is crazy. She's like, I see dead people, so join training. Oh man, this is a good conversation though, Grumpy. Only time it's slow was during the end of sessions. Absolutely not. That's not true. That is not true. There have been plenty of times when the market was slow in the US session. Market be slow in the London session. Plenty of times the market is fast in the Asian session. Because I know that's coming next. Well, the market is normally slow during the Asian session. There's plenty of times the market is fast as hell during the Asian session. How do I know that? I look at the market every day, all the time. I'm always observing the market. I've seen it myself. I know that for a fact. So I'm just saying, like everything, again, is relative. It's based on what your perception of things are. And this is why people continue to lose, because they want to limit the market to their limited way of thinking. You can't do that. If you do that, I guarantee you that you will continue to lose. So but that's a good conversation though, to have, Grumpy. And hopefully you get some value out of it. But I would just suggest to you to think more about not boxing in the market. Try not to do that. Try to stop saying the market is normally. Don't even say that no more. Marco Polo. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, definitely try to stop saying that. Matthew said, let reality to be reality. Don't force your perception and try to make it reality. Yep. It never works. Never works. One important thing to remember also is that the market is the king, not you. I always say that, but you really got to understand the market don't give a shit about nothing that we talking about. The market don't care about me or you. You understand that, right? Market does whatever it wants to do. The question is, what are you doing? I'm going to go with the flow of the market and stay the hell out when it says to stay out. When it gives me permission to do something, that's when I'll do it. If it don't give me no permission, I ain't doing shit. I'm going to keep my money in my account. I'm not giving that money to somebody else. I'm just not doing it. So you got to weigh your options. You don't need a lot of trades, winning trades, to make a lot of money. You need consistent winning trades. So that means let the market give you the win. When the market gives you the win, it's solid. You try to take the win, you might catch the wrong end of the stick. Pun intended. Yep. Walker says somebody learn folks on these hanging tickets. The 83 hanging till the end I've seen today. Too bad they're all out of coal. You know how that goes. You know how that goes. Yeah, but very good combo, man. Very good combo. If market slowed and pricing on options is not good. Not all the time. There you go again, Grumpy, doing the same thing. You keep saying stuff as if it's absolute, and you can't do that. If that was the case, you would never see blueprint videos. There's times in blueprint videos where I took a trade when the market was slow. I had pricing. So that statement ain't true. Especially when you wait until the last minute. Again, that ain't true. It ain't true, man. Proof is in the pudding. Matthew said, eliminate the losses and you cut how much work you have to do. That's it. It's like choose ye this day the way that you want to get your money. You want to keep losing it first and then trying to get it back? I don't want to lose it first. I want to keep it and grow it. If I ain't growing it, it's gonna stay put. I'm definitely not gonna lose it. I don't want to lose it and have to get it back. I don't like that model. That's not a good business model to me. Losing and then getting it back. You want to play the recoup game? I ain't playing the recoup game. I don't want to play that. I want to play the be in the black game. That's a hard statement right there. Eliminate the losses. You cut how much work you have to do? Jesus. Drop the damn mic. I'm about to get up out of here. About to get up out of here. All right, Grumpy. Don't stay grumpy, man. That when you come back on as Happy King. Maybe being grumpy is not good, man. Grumpy King. There we go. Keep it and grow it. That's it. Keep it and grow it. Yeah, I like that model much better. Yeah, same time tomorrow, Gorilla. Jesus, sorry, man. Messing up your name all crazy. Recoup game. All right, y'all. I'm out. I holler at y'all. I'll see y'all in training. Grumpy, be easy, man. Come back on tomorrow. We'll talk about it. Peace.